do what I do.
We want our money. Shout out to Odell J. All right. So this is what we're gonna do. All right. So you guys hopefully have taken photographs of that. Have y'all taken photographs of that? I hope you did. Nevertheless, reparations is not an idea that I invented. It's a very controversial idea, and people have a lot to say about it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna let y'all hear some of what these folks have to say about black folks. You got black people and everybody else seems to have something to say about these reparations. They don't want to see us be whole. They don't want to get us back to where we would have been. They don't want to compensate us for what they've done. But let's go ahead and take a look at some of the commentary. Let's look at what the people have. This is a fella, I'm sure all y'all know him. Let's do
today of doing it on their own. That's why they fight for reparations and affirmative action, and they try to take for the white man. Black people.
You hear that? We trying to take what the white man. Okay. So because you have individuals like this man here, reparations is unpopular when it comes to getting the money from the coffers of the United States or whatnot. They say that belongs to the white man. Okay, got it. So then that means you shouldn't have a problem with us taking it from the quote unquote black people over in Africa that initiated. So it automatically gets rid of that barrier. You understand what I'm saying?
But today is not the same people that they were prior to the civil rights movement.
All right, so you hear what he had to say. Let's keep listening. Let's keep on listening, because a lot of people got a lot to say about us trying to get what's supposed to be ours. Okay, so let's keep listening. Coming from every which way. All right, who else got something to say?
Today, because I want to participate in our inclusive economy. This is getting ridiculous. The people in my community are asking for restorative justice. They're asking for us to repair the harms that previous members of this institution, and I would dare to say, Mr. Speaker, some current members, maybe they might.
So the problem that we have is that what time period are we talking about? Slavery was legal. Okay, slavery was legal during this time until it became illegal. And we were fighting a war about it at that time. All right, so how do we get people to pay a debt that it was lawful for them to do it? So we're gonna go back in history and charge the people for it legally. It can be done. You could literally do anything, but it would not withstand the test of the Constitution. Let's keep listening.
Oh, I'm not racist.
So there's a lot there. The first thing I want to mention, just before I forget, you mentioned reparations, for example. It is right. It is true that there's never been a program that has specifically said, here is a cash voucher for the experience of your ancestors during slavery. However, if you look at who pays the most into the tax system in this country, historically, it has been white Americans and also Asian Americans. And if you look, I know.
So you see that? So basically he said, well, why should we have to pay? We already pay. He's saying the American taxpayer is going to have to pay for reparations. What makes you think we're going to give you a voucher for that? Okay, don't worry about it. We'll get it from the Africans. And if that's who we're going to get it from. We're going to get it from there. We'll get it at the source.
No, we got to go one at a time, though. And if you look at who has taken more out of the system, it has been black Americans. And we've spent over $1 trillion since the 1960s on the war on poverty, which disproportionately.
That's a lie. What the young man is saying, that's a lie from hell. The vast majority of people on Section 8 and WIC and all that are white people. And I think that's just pretty much known by everybody. But let's go ahead and keep looking. Let's look at the good Dr. Carter Anderson.
It's very firmly fixed in your mind. You're not here for a parlor discussion. It's not something to talk about that's nice. If you don't get reparations as black folk, you're through in this country. Let me be that very specific for you. You see, what's happening to black Americans is that black Americans have been systematically socially engineered into the lowest level of a real-life monopoly game. At least a whole broad groups of ambiguous groupings. That's everything from culture groups, language groups, and gender groups. You're going down. It's no longer an issue. You better get reparations and get it fast. Now,
I want you to do this, sister, because here's my thing. Now, this sister, she apparently is over in Africa. I want you to hear what she has to say. And she's basically talking about how she's being treated over there. So some of you all said, well, just go back to Africa. Most of us are culturally American. We don't want to go back to Africa. We wouldn't fit in well in Africa. So a lot of Africans are coming over here. But listen to what the sister has to say.
I'd rather go back to America and deal with the racism in America before I sit here in Africa and deal with the bullshit bribery, the bullshit.
Now you need to watch your language, lady. We are family friendly. Somebody type family friendly, but let's keep listening.
Africa and deal with the bullshit bribery, the bullshit fraud, the bullshit scams, the bullshit too expensive, the bullshit not having no snacks.
Snacks. Somebody type snacks in the chat room. Look, y'all better not laugh. Snacks are important. Okay, she need a Twinkie and Snicker bars. Okay, and her baby Ruth. The sister can't get her snacks that she wants. I'm serious. We having a serious conversation, but snacks are important to some people. If y'all find out who she is, let's put her together a box of snacks and send them to her in Ghana. Okay, let's let her finish. But she said some real serious stuff. Let's keep listening. Snacks.
The bullshit not having no food, the bullshit electricity, the bullshit hot water, the bullshit what's that shit called that's coming down? The bullshit animals, it's scorpions outside the house, it's big ass spiders, it's big ass lizards, colorful lizards you ain't never seen before, all in the fucking room with you, sleeping with you. All the bullshit people trying to scam you when you go outside thinking you rich, so they trying to get more money.
So they try to scam you because they know you're a foundational Black American. That's what that's your treatment that you're gonna get in Africa. Most of y'all don't want to go back. Let's just keep it. If you don't want to go back.
For you, I'm really trying to wrap my head.
She trying to tell you this ain't the place for you. Shout out to LTD. Big shout out to LTD. I'm gonna read all my super chats later on, but I wanted to get through this. Let's keep now. We got a lot of folks saying
Democrats in Oregon just issued House Bill 2995. This bill would create a task force to determine reparations for Black Americans in Oregon. This task force is charged.
Now I want to know what Caribbean island his family is from. Y'all keep listening, or what African country his people are from. Let's keep listening.
With studying and developing proposals for both financial and non-financial reparations for Oregonians of African American descent. Additionally, it aims to devise methods for educating the public about its findings and to recommend appropriate remedies based on these findings. The task force will comprise of 15 members appointed by the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, and the Governor. Its duties include identifying governmental actions that have caused harm to African American Oregonians in areas such as enslavement, racial terror, political disenfranchisement, housing segregation, education inequality, environmental racism, and the wealth gap. So as of today, this has not been passed. It's currently under consideration. Click that follow button to stay up to date.
Let's keep listening. Let's keep listening. So this is a subject that a lot of people are dealing with. All right. Shout out to Sharaya. Thank you.
Reparations to African Americans, but the president who replaced Lincoln didn't pay them out. And let's not forget that after slavery.
So we were owed reparations, but the president who came after Lincoln was assassinated, he opted. Said, "Nah, we're not going to do it." Okay. That was part of the compromise that he signed with the southern states.
They were released into a hostile society that would continue to marginalize them. They were kept undereducated and underemployed for centuries to come. After Pearl Harbor had been bombed, Japanese Americans were kept in concentration camps. While they were provided with homes and other amenities such as schools for their children, their detainment was unjust and violated their civil rights. But reparations for Japanese Americans is a separate issue. What you may not know is that Japanese Americans have been paid reparations through the Civil Liberties Act of 1988, which compensated those who were interned and their families. While the amount of compensation may have not been sufficient to fully rectify the harm caused by internment, it was a step towards acknowledging wrongdoing and making a
It seems like everybody's able to get reparations but Black people. Notice that Germany has to pay the Jewish people Black reparations, but we're not trying to get reparations from those African countries. Why is it the foundational Black Americans don't have the stomach for that? The Germans have to pay Jewish people reparations, okay, for what they did. But why is it that we don't want reparations from these African? I'm gonna talk about it. We got a long night tonight. Y'all better get your pamphlet, little pamphlets ready. We gonna be doing some work. All right, keep listening.
The question of why Japanese Americans weren't paid reparations that African Americans might is disingenuous, as it only.
Let's keep listening.
And this is the problem I have. The governor of Washington gives 120,000. Starts a reparation program. He gives $120,000 of taxpayer money. This is stuff the taxpayers
money. Keep
have to pay
listening.
for. Why?
Now listen to this look, this is what we're dealing with, right? You got black people. No, we don't want to take the white man's money. Okay, that's cool, brother.
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D.
People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You would tune in to Uncle D. D's black man talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. And let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Molly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, voting earns. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice. Now black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass. Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.